Yo. I just got out another rehab clinic, that's an admission. There's a lot of shit I haven't addressed in active addiction. Come on, sit back and listen, I'm not a mathematician, but it's shocking adding up all the plastic cups that I'm pissed in. All the staff and clinicians asking about prescriptions, having a chat about my past habits and bad decisions. I'm a fuck up who ended up twisting caps on a mission, blacking out in my bedroom and passing out in the kitchen like a misfit. For instance, I was never convinced this.
Also, you can lower this a little bit. Sorry. Good. We good?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I picked up a pen, so let me flex for a sec before I do it again. I pop us in, buzzing like the hives lit a blind. Jedi mind tricks acquired off the bench like a side chick. Back in Mass, I was young snooze like I'm Joey Camel. I ran a phantom in New Hampshire like a Roman candle. Went through a phase where I stole a line of token flannels. I'm prone to ramble, but it's known that I'm too dope to cancel. I'm trumped up like Obama's gone fast, like the Autobahn fasting, like Ramadan dressed like a kamikaze bomber up at Comic-Con West. Tested on a roll like a somersault, yes, I'm the master of pure disaster. I'm flipping through every chapter. Never judge a book by its cover, cause I'm penetrating, dating ass, machinates and slaying ass, navigating ways and maps as a way of wasting gas. Wait, I copped a guinea pig up at the Petco. Then I bought a cage and named him Ginzo. Shacked off a lot and played Nintendo. Lost a lot of dollars watching Red Zone. I wonder why I'm single. Life is just a shit show. I don't give a shit though. I just got the fury like Tyson when fighting Klitschko. Let's go, basking in the sun like a dashing on the run. And the answer all you asking, I'm just rapping cause it's fun, bitches blood diamond. Instead of sun shining, I'm done trying to see the difference between a ticket of Trump Biden or any other half what they have in the cabinet. Cause after it's determined, the terms attached to an asterisk. Fuck. Good. That was alright.
Dude, fuck, dude. All right.
It sounds better in my car. It just does. Like when I'm
Dude, that was sick.
It's so much, dude. Recording something is so much different. Like, cause if I'm in my car, I'm feeling it, and you're going, you can feel everything. But it's like if you got the speakers on, it's just weird.
Dude, it is weird. We are recording. That was Joey Boats.
Oh, we're good?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Shit,
You don't need those on anymore.
Me fucking
You don't need. You can take those off if you want, or you can keep them on. It's up to you.
I'll keep them on. No,
All right,
I'll take them off.
Dude, that was fucking sick. That was fucking sick.
Thank you.
So you work on a new album, right?
I got, and you guys are like the one of 3 of like 6 people that know.
Nice.
I've been
Well, now
doing
a
this
lot
in
of people know.
isolation for
Yeah, people are gonna know now. And
yeah, it's been like 4 months, dude. It's like, and I get it. No one's gonna listen to it. I'm gonna put it out. It's like the first.
I'm gonna listen.
I'm gonna listen to this
No,
shit.
it'll be good, and it's kind of just for me. And there's also like it's very personal. There's a bunch of songs that are really personal, and then there's songs about like premature ejaculation and like me not like genuinely not caring about people dying in Palestine. So it's fun for the whole family. Like it's something for everybody.
Are you changing your rap name to Rappington?
No, you know what? The Paddington Bear might be a nice if I just completely
sick.
copyrighted it. And run it. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I think it's sick. Me and you actually had a long conversation here. I think it was the last time you were on.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about like that, and I was like, yeah, it's like you gotta, you realize it's like, I don't know. I think you're gonna do that shit even if like you don't know what's gonna happen with it. Do you know what I mean?
You have to do it. Well, you said it. You were like, you have to do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Because all this thing, I'm like, yeah, I'm a guy. I can rap. I can do all this stuff or whatever. It's like, okay, so where's your stuff? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't have any stuff. It's like, and now I got a few things on like Instagram or whatever. But it's like, I just want something that I just have.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm good. It didn't go anywhere, or it probably
Yeah.
won't go anywhere. But I have this, and I know it's good. And for what it's worth. And plus, it keeps you straight and narrow. You need something in your life where have you ever done yoga, right? And like,
No.
you've never done yoga.
I
You've
have
never
done
yoga,
yoga.
right?
I have done yoga.
No, but when you do yoga, right, and you're trying to balance, like somebody reminds you to stare at something at the wall, and then you're able to like balance. That's kind of what like having a long-term committed goal is.
Sure.
Because it kind of keeps you just like with all this shit going on, you just got something you can look forward to and something you're working on. Make it fucking birdhouses, dude.
Yeah.
Something. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just anything.
I was talking about that with Fitz too. It's like because I think what happens too is that you get almost you delay things because you're like, all right, well, it's not gonna be fucking perfect. You don't want to do it. But it's like once you start doing it, you're like, all right, well, like I remember we recorded one song and the guy who produced the album was like, kind of like a mess the way it falls out at the end. I'm like, I don't give a fuck how the end, like the way the bass drops. I'm like, dude, the song's there, whatever. Like, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like,
Even with something small like cutting that rail yesterday,
Yeah.
which came out great.
it came out
I
great.
thought
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Having the picture-in-picture
Yep.
and where they ended and stuff, there was one point where I cut to Maki Berry with the I Love Zach
Yeah.
shirt on, and Linwood Cafe was still in the picture, and I had already downloaded it, and in my head I'm like, fuck, it's good enough, right? But then I couldn't let it go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I
yeah.
had to go
You're
back.
always going to be your biggest critic.
That's
And,
what
like,
I mean. So I had to go back and fix it
And you gotta
before, and then
realize-
you were like, but then at that point when you were like, oh, why don't you cut this out just to tighten it up a little bit? I was like, oh yeah, this is easy now because I've already fucking downloaded and edited 6 different times.
Yeah.
How long did it take you?
I don't know, probably an hour or so.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good.
It was great.
Yeah.
you're gonna be your own biggest critic, and like you gotta realize like a lot of people can't even think to do this stuff. Like even the music stuff, it's like I sweat over these small details, and it's like, dude, no one's gonna notice this except for you.
Sure.
You're the only person that cares about this.
Yeah.
Like, you put that out. I used to have to get drunk to like post stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, this sucks. Then I have like 2 drinks, and I'm like, I'm the heavyweight champion. I'm the best. I'm the fucking double champ. I get the buckets. Hold your stance. What does he say? Your base. Stand your base. The fucking double champ does what he wants.
I love it, dude. I think it's fucking great. I think like, I also think like I always say it's just like do it, and then like fucking, dude. A lot of it's like meditative in a way. Like you were just saying, it's like you're doing. Like I can sit in here. I actually just had this conversation with Fitzy. I'm like I gotta set up like one night a weekend that I'm gonna come in here and record, because what happens is like I just get bored and then I get up to bad shit. Like I'm just like not horrible stuff, but like I'm like drinking beers and watching YouTube videos I'm never gonna remember. And I'm like, what is the end game of this fucking thing that I'm doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's fun right now because it's distracting. You're just looking for distraction.
Yeah, and
it's like
what-
crack and stick.
What's good about this, you can do it your entire life. It's
Yeah.
like golf, but you look at these boxers or like these like big athletes or whatever. Like once they retire, they can't do.
No.
They have to find something else.
Yeah.
or they'll go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
What's good about this or like long distance running or golfing, like stuff you can do into your 60s.
Yeah.
until you really don't want to do anything anymore. But like if you guys quit this podcast, like you'd be like, oh, I got free time or whatever. But then like after a couple weeks, you'd be like, fuck, I kind of wish,
No, dude.
I have this take on jacking off that I really want to talk about. I think I should
No one can
disseminate to
tell.
the world. Yeah.
No one can hear it.
No one's listening.
I gotta call Fitzy and just tell him about it, Danny. You know what I mean?
Fitzy's in a straight jacket with a mic in front of him, just like.
In a dark room.
It's true though, and like I was saying, I don't know. So all right, real quick, little Patreon potty recap. By the way, I got my Brett Hardigan hat on, Durham Pasta.
Yeah.
Showtime. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but.
What a fucking
first of
what
all,
a time.
what a fucking great time. Thanks to everybody who came. First of all, big shout out to Harry at Bellows who hooked us up with all the sandwiches. But then Al, like, dude comes with like, I don't even want to guess the amount of money the fucking sandwiches were that like he brought. And then he brings $25 gift cards for everybody who comes.
Yeah.
Now, the gift cards they brought read make bread and Brennan's dick hot again. Interesting one to come into a store with your wife with, but I was like, how's this kid on my internet search history already fucking downloaded? But everybody came, was fucking unbelievable, and we got pretty tuned up here. And then Joe was like, "I'll meet you guys there." Poor Joe was like, it was like if somebody just shot him with 1,000 drunk Nerf balls. Like,
Yeah, it was
people would
great.
just fly because you got to remember, like I forget because we have like 15 different text threads,
Group
right?
chats,
We got
yeah.
a Bobby Froyo one, a Josh one, a fucking Al, a Joe one. And we all know each other really well, but like the other people don't know. And to them, like them meeting these guys the first time, it's like they like
I'm content.
love their content.
Just,
and they're like
I'm just content.
Yeah, and so they're like, what's this kid really like? And like I always say, like I'm the worst in real life. I'm a fucking drip. And like
Yeah.
I'm like, I must be such a fucking disappointment. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I just feel like I'm disappointing people. It's like even I think we were talking about Josh, and Josh was like, "You are not what I expected you to look like." I think he was expecting me to look like a rapper, I'm fucking dressed in a Paddington Bear outfit. You know what I mean? Like I look like I sell insurance.
Josh thinks everyone's Spanish before
Well, yeah,
he meets
I go,
him.
what do you think he was like Asian or something? He thought Jumptown was Spanish, thinks Joey Bullett's probably Asian. Yeah, Josh doesn't believe in the internet, which is great. He doesn't have any internet.
That's good though.
Yeah, but like that, but it's funny because I get it. Like they'll, if I'm gassed up and I saw like somebody that I listen to all the time, I could see how you're like, oh fuck, like I gotta talk to this kid. I gotta I gotta fucking tell him how much I like his shit.
Yeah.
And like we and you were talking about before, like I have the same. I want you do content because you want people to like it, right? It's like, but I think a lot of people who do content aren't good at like taking praise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm awful
like at
at
all. You know, and we think we're losers.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Well,
you
the second-
are wrong. I am a fucking loser.
Yeah, all I want, like
I tell myself it all day.
Like all I want in life is people to praise me. That's all
Yeah.
I want. And the second I get it, I'm like, no, I suck, dude. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. And I just end up saying weird stuff. I said so much weird things at the Patreon that people were like, they're drunk looking at me, being like, oh, this guy's a little off. This is a weird source to all of his content. This guy's a little.
Well, I thought about it like I was doing therapy for a little while. I was telling a story to the therapist. I was like, I had this second album. I wrote the song. I went to this thing and I played it. And this woman who was like, at the time, was this big deal around here. She came up to me. She's like, that's the best song I've heard in a year. Like, that was her full-time job, right? And I was like, I always said, like, after that, I just didn't play much anymore because I was like, well, I achieved what I wanted to. I got, you know.
Yeah.
But I think in retrospect, I was like, you have this fear of like, you're like, oh, like, what else good could happen now? You know what I mean? Like, fucking, like, that's about as good as it's going to get. I am a loser, so.
It's almost like fear of putting yourself I refused to get dating apps for the longest time because I was like, yeah, I actually want to meet somebody organically. But most of it was just like, I fear that if I used the dating apps and still wasn't getting laid, it'd be like, holy shit, dude, something's fucked. You know what I mean? And then I ended up getting them, and I fucking hated those things. But I mean, that was the fear of it. It was like just failure.
Yeah.
And putting yourself out there. Because if you don't put yourself out there, you can't fucking fail. You
Yeah,
know?
I think
So-
a lot of like, and I don't even know like whatever. Al listens to the show every week now, so Dan, you can shut that off. It's getting hot now. But like Al, my father was like Al from Durham. He's like Joey Boats, Josh, something like that. A couple other names. He's like the royalty or something like that. And Al just didn't respond when I told him that, like, because he's like, I would be the same way. I'm like, I don't know what to say to that fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you're putting that content out there because you want people to get it. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
want them to fucking take it and you want them to like it. But I also could see how, you know, like how, whatever, super people who like do that, that's their whole existence. Like, yeah, it must be like, I don't want to fucking meet these people.
Yeah,
Not that you don't want to meet them, it's just that like, the common thread that you have is your content, but you don't know anything about them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas it's different for us with the Patreon people because I think we know them all now.
Yeah,
Most
and
of
I
them.
appreciate the hell out of it. It's not
Obviously.
even that. My reaction doesn't do it justice. Even we were talking about it at the Patreon. When you guys said you were going to use my song as the intro,
Yeah.
my initial text message was like, that thing sucks, don't use it. Like, I just woke up, I was like, don't use it. I'm like, I'm fucking gay, don't use it. And you guys were like, okay. And then later I texted back, I'm like, I appreciate it, that's an honor. Like, I don't know why I took that so, like,
I didn't mean to come off like
yeah,
that.
I just, like, yeah, it's just
That's
brutal.
I think that's a common trait. By the way, we're gonna give Durham Pasta as an official, non-official sponsor of the show for the next couple months at least, just because of the donation.
Yep.
They just got high praise on the internet today. Ferg
Yep.
said best Italian he's ever had in his life.
Yes.
If anybody's had a lot of sandwiches, Ferg. Tommy, my four-eyed friend who lives in my house, also said it's the best. It's better than New Deal. He's like, it's the bread. It's the bread. I'm like,
is
yeah,
the
it's
bread.
fucking, they make it on site, idiot. You know? But they are in Lynn. I don't have the exact address for me right now. But they
Eastern
are
Ave.
Eastern Ave.
I
You
just
can't
don't
sit in
know.
there.
No, learned that the hard way.
But they got like they got fresh pastas they make there every day. Dude, 2 different times during that party, I was over talking to somebody, and all of a sudden I heard different crews of people talking about the mortadella sandwich.
It didn't make sense. Didn't make sense, dude. I mean, I talked highly about the, excuse me, about the Italian, and I was beat myself up over it because I never had the mortadella. And when I walked in there, there's, I don't know, 300 sandwiches.
437 Eastern Ave, Lynn, Mass. 781-584-8581 Durham. Pasta and bread.
It's the best. It's the best. Also, you notice whenever you hit him, he like likes to concentrate on the bread. You know what I mean? Because it's true. The bread's fucking
Well,
sick.
any place that makes their own bread is like legit.
We're talking art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
talking about real shit here. We're talking about shit that we've lost in this country, which we'll be getting to. You know, like, no more currency in a bankrupt world. We are going to talk about things we want to see come back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see my youth come back. I also noticed, by the way, it's funny because like I am one of the oldest people within our crew of people that we hang out with, which doesn't it doesn't bother me. Like getting old never bothers me. Like I'm not like oh fuck. And like a lot of people are like you're 47, and I'm like that's just because I act like a child. Like it's not Not because I'm fucking ripped or something, you know? But we got a lot of youth in the fucking crew. By the way, chat up Shay Wilcox. We're calling the show next week, I think.
Next week, yep.
Boxing extraordinaire, legend. Sean O'Brien was in the house too.
Sure was.
I fucking love Sean.
He's the best.
We talked to him all
Dude,
day.
I was watching. It's Sean O'Brien. You talking about the Teamsters? They had
That's-
a-
that's his
It's his
dad.
dad.
Oh, it's his dad. I was
He's the
watching,
comedian,
I
yeah.
was watching clips of his dad. Like,
Yeah.
I was like hungover like 2 months ago, and I was just like scrolling through just footage of him. Him going at that guy who was the
Yeah, the Wisconsin guy.
It's the
whatever.
funniest. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. That guy. That
get
guy
off your
ruled.
butt.
Yeah, he's like, you get your butt off. Dude, it's the funniest. That guy's awesome.
It's fucking.
Every time
He
I
was
see
on
him,
Theo Vaughn's podcast.
Yeah,
right?
just
It was
recently.
great. Yeah, it was
every
awesome.
time I see him, a clip of him, it's like he's got ice water running
Oh.
through his veins.
Yeah.
Just
Sean was like,
fucking-
I can get him
he
on.
doesn't-
Sean was like, I can get him
Yeah,
on.
that'd be
I'm like,
sick.
I don't want to feel like I gotta
that
get
guy
you
doesn't
guys to
move
do
for the
this
sun,
after. Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You know,
He's
that guy-
like, dude, just a Theo
Oh,
Vaughn.
I'd probably be intimidated. He fucking scares the fuck
Yeah,
out
he's a
of me.
beast.
Totally scared the shit out of me. The time I met him, I was just like, I gotta get out of here. Like, I was like, this is too intense for
Well,
me.
union leaders are all like that.
Yeah.
They're all like just savages.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
You
like
have to
blue
be.
collar. You have to
'Cause you won't get anything
you're
done.
dealing with guys that are just
Trying to fuck you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He usually FaceTimes me every Thanksgiving because he's from Medford, and he usually gives me a FaceTime. He says, Malden sucks, happy Thanksgiving, all the time. He's just a great dude.
He's the best. Sean's coming back on soon too.
Yep.
Getting the crew back together. By the way, downloads have been up big time.
Nice.
Nice.
So keep spreading the good word.
Called the Danny Gillis effect in some places. And the Al effect. I think him coming on got us a lot of people that tuned in.
We've had some serious guests too.
Josh didn't hurt.
Oh yeah, Josh went viral.
That was that was
Wants to be on
huge.
Kathy Lee's show next week.
That was
Yeah,
huge.
It's available. I don't know.
Fucking Hoda.
Kid doesn't watch.
Clocking, talking about Hoda. Yeah.
Kid doesn't watch TV or use the internet. Fucking. By the way, Fonz has been completely replaced as the scribe of the show. Evan has taken over.
Yep.
He's been clipping shit for us all week of like different timestamps of the best stuff, which is great.
Oh, that's
fucking
awesome.
need that shit.
you're like outsourcing it?
No, he's like
it's-
Fitzy's buddy. He's
He's
awesome.
my buddy, and our kids play hockey and dance together.
And he always works down like Cohasset, and he's like, "There's no internet, so I just have to listen to the old shows again." I'm
Yeah.
like,
Whatever he has downloaded.
Oh, that's
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, yeah. So he knows like where the good stuff is. So Evan is taking over for Fonz. By the way, Doctor Strange showed up in a fucking Doctor Strange
Unbelievable.
costume, which is unbelievable, and it caused
Which
a
is a
big,
psycho move to show up in costume.
unbelievable. It caused a big, which I like. You know, it's a crazy move. Who would do such a thing?
The psycho shit.
And then he performed the song from Ghost.
Yeah,
Dude, that was wild.
dude.
Good?
He was
Yeah,
like-
pretty good. I'm gonna tell you this too. Danny was so cocked. He did REO Speedwagon.
Yep.
Not his best work. I've seen him fucking bring the house down with fucking My Prerogative.
That's what I don't know why you didn't do that or Candy Rain.
I don't know why either.
You
But I mean,
cocked.
I was not on planet Earth. For
Then Josh did what's the fucking Yellow Ledbetter, right?
Yeah.
And afterwards he's like, I didn't know I had such a good singing voice. And then I'm like, it's one of the hottest songs to sing. I would never try to sing Yellow Ledbetter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
There's
got
some
up
ones
there
you can't
afterwards.
touch.
Yeah, nobody videotaped it, but I did Against the Wind by Bob Seger. And I'm telling you right now, Bob Seger would have cummed in his pants if he was there. He would have been like, now that I'm not touring anymore, I want you to take over. Some lady who was about 70 years old absolutely was about to like mangle me in the fucking bathroom. It was awesome. And
Fonz's performance was good.
Bonds Tequila was hilarious.
I was dying.
Have you guys ever done the thing where everybody else chooses your karaoke song? You don't
No,
know it?
I like that.
It's fun, yeah. So everybody will choose your karaoke song, and then you get up there having no idea what it is. And normally you don't do stuff. You don't play like "Oops, I Did It Again." You give
Yeah.
them something funny. You give them like "Faithfully" by like Journey or something, and you have them go up there and try to like fucking hit
the
high
notes?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do things we want to come back at. So the election just happened.
Yeah. Do we want to talk a little bit about that?
We will.
Do we want to alienate half the audience?
We can say whatever you want to say is fine. I'm gonna start. I'll start.
Sure. Can
So
I give a disclaimer that
Yes.
we're all idiots and don't know what the fuck we're talking about?
Exactly.
Okay.
Perfect.
done.
That's fine. I mean, this kid's wearing a Paddington the Bear. Fucking
Yeah, listen to my
Worried about someone taking him
socio-political
seriously.
fucking rhetoric.
Worried about somebody taking it too seriously. So I wrote this song. I always internally fight with the fact that like I am definitely independent. Like I believe that women should be able to get a fucking abortion.
Yeah.
I believe in better tax cuts for small businesses. There's a lot more like I'm not. And I think a lot of us are just sitting there like listening to both sides, just being like, oh, this is like fucking so. Where do I even fit into this? You know what I mean? Like, so I wrote this song. Recently, this is the second song I've written that was kind of like this, where I wanted to make it wicked jokey, but then it ended up just being kind of a real song.
Yeah.
the softball song that I put up that a lot of people were like, that's sick. That was originally supposed to be a joke. Like, and
It's a good song.
yeah, but originally it had like way more like risque lyrics in it, kind of. And I made it into a good song. Or I made it into a song. All right, so Danny, can you jump up? I'm gonna play it over here. I gotta find a. Let's see. Hold on.
So I'd love to see Big Mix come back.
Who's Big Mix?
Big Mix was a cereal that ran for 2 years, 91 and 92.
Have you talked about Big
I've
Mix?
talked about
before?
Big Mix
Big Mix is
so
on
much.
The logo's hilarious.
Yeah.
Are you going back?
So obviously you could have called that coming a mile away, but fucking Big Mix, man, do I miss it?
I don't even know what Big Mix is. I'm normally good with this.
I
type
think
of
you
stuff.
were too young. How old?
Yeah, but I normally know like
91?
any off the cuff type of weird stupid shit. It's kind of my gig. Like,
I also just can't read my own writing, so. All right. I speak the devil. He's in the song. Turn this down here. Hold on. Tried to shoot old Donnie down in Butler, PA. Thank God they missed a man, cause we got Matt Gates. His hard drugs and escorts only banned on Hunter's laptop. There's a red wave coming with a soundtrack written by Kid Rock. And I love Coach Waltz, and Kamala is my queen. If you voted red, you are a fascist Nazi. And I'll strip you from my Facebook friends so fast everyone will see. Yeah, cause hate ain't got no home here unless you disagree with me. See, in this country, we get told what we're gonna do. It's suicide Kool-Aid, 2 flavors, we got red and blue. And I drive a big pickup truck, I gotta go all over town. I got American flags and stickers that say your lips, you get out now. Hold on.
that was great. Keep going.
Pro-life one. Hold on. I'm gonna pro-gun unconditional, patriot, pro-life to my core. And I love the stars and stripes, but I hate my fucking neighbor next door. And I drive a hybrid cause I love the ozone. And I love Matt Damon because he taught me how to vote. I hate 47, but Clinton, he was the best. We believe in Stormy Daniels, but let's forget about Monica's blue dress. Yeah, and in this country, you get told just what to do. Yeah, it's suicide Kool-Aid, serving red and blue. Yeah, it's suicide Kool-Aid, serving red and blue.
That was great.
Let's go.
That was awesome.
I gotta write better. I mean, if I could write better, I could remember the words.
No, that was great.
Thanks. Yeah, but I wrote that. I'm like, dude,
It worked, dude.
so dumb.
Yeah, but it's also a song. It's a legit
Yeah, it's a
song.
legit
You know what I mean? Like it works.
Yeah, I'm gonna record it and put it up. I'm gonna do that next week. Fuck
yeah.
That's how I'm gonna stay. That's how I'm gonna fucking
It
stay
was
on
great
radio.
because it was
Both.
taking
Yeah.
hits at both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna piss everybody off.
Yeah, nobody's safe
Yeah.
here in this garage. You know what I mean?
That was the best part about the election. Because my first thing I texted all my buddies are Republican. The first thing I texted them, I was like, "Why would the Democrats rig the election for Trump?" And there was just dead silence. And it was okay, Lib. It's like, dude, I voted with you guys. You know, unless you just overwhelmingly agree with them, they're not. You know,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
You're the ops.
Yeah, you can't have any sort of independent opinion or else. Like, if you're not so far right or so far left, you're just lost in this like purgatory.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
just- yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people in that purgatory, clearly.
Yeah.
You know.
There's like, when I talked about the show, when I saw one time me and Maggie had like something on, there was this fucking Trump rally, and this dude was like in a suit and he was crying talking about Trump, this big fat guy, and his face was purple. And I'm like, imagine if fucking Trump people, they just became like purple. Like they were so
grimaced up.
fucking like, yeah. They were just like, they had a new color. Like we had purple people now. You know
That
what I
would
mean?
be kind of sick.
That would be sick.
Yeah, but then they'd want rights. Like purple. Imagine purple people protesting.
That would stink.
There's the dude.
Oh yeah.
There's that guy right
We were
there.
just talking about it now.
That guy rules.
Yeah, he's probably like Matt Gaetz is the man. Matt Gaetz is a wild dude. by
Wait,
the way.
wait, that's the dude that was going at the.
The one that we
No,
showed.
No, the other
Sean
guy.
O'Brien was going
that's
against
what-
that dude.
I thought
Yeah.
you were saying that dude was Gates.
no.
I was like, okay.
All right, well, let's start. What do you? We'll let Joe start. What do you want to? What do you want to come back?
All right. So in honor of America coming back, let me look at these. I'll go with my first one, buffets, dude. I think buffets
Dude.
need. But do you have buffets?
Yeah, Old Country
wait,
Buffet.
can I say something as an honorable mention that I had on my list, but something has changed in the last? I wanted John Gruden as my number one pick for coming back. He just signed a deal with
Yeah.
Barstool.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've seen John Gruden. He does those things in his like basement where he's like
Yeah.
Jared Goff, 19 for 19, 285, man, just greasing the defense, man. That's got me feeling real nice, man. And he just does. He's bobbing in like some room. It's unbelievable.
I haven't smiled in 24 hours.
That's got me feeling
crying.
real nicey, man.
Fucking crying.
That is honestly right there.
Yeah.
I also have been wallowing in a depression that is unrivaled, and that made me cry.
Due to the election?
No, due to my
turning purple on us?
wayward ways.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with buffets, in particular the '90s Pizza Hut buffet, where you'd pay like $5 and you could just eat like a hog. You could eat like a plus size Parker for like basically $5. It was crazy.
Does Prince Pizza still have their buffet?
No, they shut down a
Yeah,
COVID.
they got rid of all buffets.
Yeah.
The country's getting too fucking fat. This is what happens. You have buffets now, and then everybody's just eating, looking up the fluorescent lights, just in this state of sedation, like reminded of some time when their uncle had like an aneurysm at a Costco, and they're just like, I work near North Station. And there's a cafeteria, and you just see these people. They're just eating. They're just stuffing themselves full of preservatives. It's unbelievable, and that's why we don't have buffets.
It's not fair.
No, it's bullshit.
I remember like when my parents, one of their anniversaries, there used to be a buffet on Route 1. I can't remember the name of it. It was before your time. And all I wanted to do was go to this fucking buffet. And I remember I went, my father was fucking so pissed at me that I recommended it because he was
Yeah.
like, this fucking place is trash.
Well, now there are like there's sparing buffets, but they're like $23 if you want it. So you
Yeah.
really have to not eat for 2 days and then show up to that place and
To
just
make it worth it.
throw a parade. Yeah.
I kind of think the only places that have buffets on lock are like Asian places
yeah,
and
yeah.
then like Vegas.
Yeah.
I forget what the one was called, but it was over near like Wellington, somewhere over there. It was a Chinese food buffet.
Really?
Asian
Yeah, I forget where- I forget what
Asian
it's called.
establishments are still operating in like 1994.
I agree
Like
with
they're
you.
always the places when you're underage that won't card you and like they just don't throw anybody out. Like it's just crazy.
It is wild.
It's awesome.
There's one Asian buffet in Malden, but like very, very strange. It's a buffet, a legit buffet, but they have waitresses there and they just stare at you, like
Yeah.
waiting for you to finish your food. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then they want you to like tip them. And it's like, what? You did nothing, lady. Yeah. Get out of my face, Su Chin.
By the way, how about this right here with the RFK eating the McDonald's?
Yeah.
That is fucking hilarious.
RFK rules.
That was my pick, dude.
You know what,
Speaking
dude?
of purgatory.
I saw a video of him doing like 25 pull-ups the other day. I'm like, this dude's 70 fucking years old. It's crazy. And like they're like, why would they elect him to be a health? He's a skeptic of that. Like the Secretary of Health right now is Rachel Levine. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
It's a trans woman who looks like a melted like Wallace and Gromit figurine. You know what I mean? And it's like, now we get this guy that can do 50 pull-ups at age 70, and people are like, he's the secretary. He's going to be in charge of health in this country? It's like, I don't know, maybe.
Meanwhile, they had no qualms with that lady.
Yeah, they didn't
guy
care.
Who was there for the last 4 years.
And I hope that lady has a good life and everything. But like, really?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing? This woman? Sorry. Sorry.
You can't. Do you have an RFK accent down yet?
No, I could do a little bit about the vaccines. it is tough to listen because he was on Rogan, and it's a tough listen. If he didn't have that voice, he would have won
A lot more.
he would have won.
Yeah.
Like the
lot
Democratic,
more.
he's like, I did the vaccine to the people at Putin. And like, people are just like, yeah, we can't listen to him. So like, he's off the ballot. We'll literally lose this election instead of putting this guy in here who's relative. He's too reasonable.
I was gonna ask you. Actually, because speaking of Barstool, speaking of Gruden, I
Yeah.
got my Barstool shirt on just because I like Kirk Minam. But what do you think of their product these days? Do you pay
Barstool,
attention? to it?
I don't. I'm very like resentful. Even in situations where I know I didn't deserve something.
Yeah.
Like I didn't deserve to win that, but still I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm like, I could build a house out of resent.
yeah.
So I just don't. I do like Portnoy though. Portnoy rules.
Yeah.
He was the only guy that liked me when I was there.
Yeah.
He was the only guy. He was the only reason why I stuck around so long. And it was just lucky that he ran the company. He
Yeah.
was like vouching for me every elimination. He's like, no, this kid's good. So I like Portnoy. Barstool, I don't hate it, but I just don't like. I'm Sicilian. Like you're dead to me.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's not like no ill will, but you're dead. Like I'm not contributing to your product.
I actually think.
Now, if they hit me up tomorrow and they're like, "You want a job?" I'd be like, "Yeah, of course." Love
They're the
it.
best.
Yeah,
They bring up this clip.
yeah. I love Miss Peaches. I mean,
All right, Fitzy, you up?
Yeah. Everyone talks about how MTV went to shit when they stopped playing music videos. I think the opposite. In the 90s, late 90s and early 2000s, they had fucking TV on lock.
yeah.
I agree.
Dude.
Kurt Loder, bro.
Beavis and Butthead. Well, that was like the news. But, one of the news shows that they used to have, True Life.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, True Life was fucking
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Sick.
They'd be like, on this episode of True Life, I'm a scab picker.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a retarded
And
skateboarder.
I was locked in, right? Jackass, Viva La Bam.
Yep.
Dude,
shows.
all those shows were unbelievable. I want them to bring that back. Bring back MTV when they were making fucking awesome content like that.
Even mid 2000s MTV was decent
Yeah.
at the time with like Road Rules and like, and then they had what is it?
The challenges.
Yeah, they had Hit My Ride. Hit My Ride. I
That
love
was a
it.
wild show.
Dude, that was one of my favorite. We did mushrooms and watched season 3 of Hit My Ride. Dude, it's so funny. There's one guy whose only job is to just put speakers like in the windows.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, we tricked out your car. They have one girl who was like a nurse. And they put a CAT scan
saw that.
in her back seat. And it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to like, we got rid of your engine and put in like a fucking ping. Like, we know you like ping pong, so we took out your back wheel and put in a ping pong table. And it's like, well, now I can't fucking drive again. And plus, all these people live in shit areas. You're telling me like that car's gonna get stolen in like 5 minutes.
It's going to be on cinder blocks in
Yeah,
20
it's
minutes.
It's like when the HGTV or whatever used to do that thing, like your brand new house. It was like all pimped out. These people had like 9 adopted kids and they were
Yeah.
broke. And it's like, then you find out they couldn't pay the taxes on the properties. They were all getting seized.
Imagine that family moving in next. You're like, what the fuck? But you know that
Motherfucker.
guy who was the Ty Pennington? That guy was, I read a book, he was like the spokesman for Adderall. Like
Really?
when Adderall first came out, like anything else that came out, it wasn't considered like what it is now.
Yeah.
Like so he was like the spokesman. He would like go on TV and be like, try Adderall. It's like when what was it like back in Mommy's Little Helper? With like opioids,
Xanax.
and stuff? Yeah,
Xanax,
Xanax.
yeah.
Like it was just like there was just ads for it. Like, yeah, just take a Xanax. You
Yeah.
know, put your kid to bed.
Good
put
old
yourself
days.
to
Bring
sleep,
those
too.
days back.
Yeah, bring Xanax. Bring the Sackler family back.
Good people.
Let's get them
Yeah,
back.
they're great.
All right, Danny, you going?
Sure do. One of my favorite TV shows growing up in the 90s. I think they tried to bring it back and it was just a total failure. Supermarket Sweep. You ever watch that?
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
great show.
I thought I was going to be on that for a solid 7 years in a row. I talked to one of my sisters, like, you got to start like running. Like you got to like get your sprints up. And I just thought for sure, like I would watch that religiously. It was the best fucking TV show.
I feel like you would have been a great supermarket sweep get. Like, to do it.
100%.
What
Yeah.
would be because you always have the answer to this. What would be your like? How would you go about doing it? You have a strategy. If you like supermarkets, everybody has a strategy.
Well, first off, like at the end of the game, they're like, you have to get like $20,000 worth of fucking people getting like Chef Boyardee cans. Why aren't you going after the lobsters?
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Idiots.
There was a kids version in the 90s. It was like Toys R Us sweep
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
And these idiots would be going to grab like action figures. I'm like, dude, I would go to
Grab the bikes.
I would grab the bikes, fit whatever, and then go to the video game section, get like 500. Video games were the same prices in the 90s that they are now.
I
It's
know.
crazy.
Have you
That
ever
is
seen
crazy.
like 90s, like those like pull up from KB Toys and stuff? It's like $70
Yeah.
for a Super Nintendo game. Like, dude, take the shelf.
That Double Dragon's 55.
Yeah.
Like, what do they cost now? 60.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Supermarket Sweep. Great TV.
All right. I'm going to go with, this could be controversial.
Hell yeah.
Tar and feathering and public hangings in town squares. I think this is a great one.
Yeah.
Because, like, we just watched the news. There's some fucking shit cop from Winthrop who, like, raped some kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just go down to that's not a tar and feathering. That's a definite hanging immediately. Or a guillotine, I like, too.
I had guillotine.
Guillotine's good, right?
Yeah.
Something everybody can get behind, first of all. Also makes you definitely not want to commit that crime. You know what I mean? Like,
If
we
you
just-
see a guy's head get cut off,
in town square, you get your Starbucks.
you're gonna think twice about
Yeah.
raping a kid.
100%. Yeah.
Imagine just getting your coffee and just shing, and then, right, some guy's heads rolling.
Oh,
there.
Bill Davis.
What'd
from
that
the
guy
Country
do?
Club.
Like, what
What
the
did he
fuck?
do?
Yeah. Tar and feathering, too, I think, though. Good one. Yeah, I think you got to have a real, like, that's why people don't steal shit in those countries where they cut your hands off. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're like, I want my hands. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I want my fucking hands. Like, that's what I want.
What was that website back in the day? Anarchist Cookbook. Remember that?
Yeah.
No,
That's like
that
when you-
was
that was like a book.
that
where
was a
people-
book that taught kids how to make bombs.
Yeah,
but then
didn't-
there was
There was a website that had like the third world country shit on it.
fuck was it called?
E-bombs? No, not
No.
E-bombs. It was
But
like
I-
Wire or something. I know what you're talking
I
about.
remember like watching a guy being attached to two horses and they just sprint off. And I'm like, good lord, this
Yeah,
guy's
Pain Olympics.
gone-
I saw a
gone.
dude cut his dick off.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Dude, they had, I remember, like, reading this, it was like a book or something, a history book or something. It was, like, all about, like, old medieval torture. And, like, one of them was they used to take you and they'd be on, like, you'd be on, like, a bridge in, like, England. And they put you in a huge sack with a monkey,
Yeah.
a snake, and a fucking dog. And they just throw you into the fucking, into, like, the river, whatever that fucking, what's it called? The river,
Thames.
And they just throw you in there. Just, they have those things that just rip you to shreds
Yeah.
trying to get out of there.
Christ.
Well, because you had to get creative about that stuff because there was no like laws on what you could do. So you just like let's find the craziest way to kill people. The Comanche tribes used to like go into like settlements and just rape everybody, and then they take babies and they would attach the baby by a rope to a horse and just run them through cactus fields.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah, the Indians were great. Yeah,
Good people.
yeah. Corn. They taught us how to make you know,
Thanksgiving dinner. We
yeah,
have
the
that to thank
Comanches
for.
were. They were the ones that would ride on the side of like horses. So they figured out horses, and people were like, "Fuck!" It's kind of like the machine gun in World War One. Like we just figured out the machine gun, and everybody's like, "Wait, what? What are those things?" You know what I mean? Like, wait, fuck, what flag? You know what I mean? I think that's correct. I think we were the ones that came up with the.
With a machine gun?
I think we were the first. Yeah, I think so. I think World War II, Germany had better artillery and everything, but I think World War One, we showed up. I could be completely wrong, but like we came over the hill with machine, and people were like, whoa, no, all right, don't get some tight. Right.
All right, Joe, you back up.
Rotten.com and
Rotten.com.
Faces of Death.
Yes.
Faces of Death.
But Faces of
that's
Death
it.
was a fake movie. and I
was
didn't
it?
know that at the time.
Yeah.
No.
All right, I'll stick to that. Town criers.
Love it. Here
Town
we go.
criers are nice, dude. Like I want my news from one guy that's standing on top of like a box in the middle of the square. And
It's
that's
so
the-
crazy that you just said this. So Somerville High teacher that
Yeah.
was teaching at Somerville High when I was there, he just died today. Rest in peace, Mr. Lonigan.
Yeah.
He was the Provincetown town crier. He was married to a woman for 13 years, came out as gay,
yeah.
and dressed as a pilgrim in Provincetown with a bell and would just ring and sing songs and fucking. He was awesome. He was a great dude.
I love it.
Rip, Mr.
R.I.P.
Kenneth
Wait,
Lonigan.
when did town criers end? I thought they were done in like the 1800s.
Some people are still doing. Obviously, he was still doing it.
Yeah,
keeping it
fentanyl.
alive.
Fentanyl acts outside of North Station. Yeah, there's still
there's a
town
job
criers.
opening now if you want to go do it.
I might go do it, dude. In this outfit, I
Throw,
can
Yeah,
go
I
on,
was
everywhere.
gonna say, you
throw
got-
on the whip and a sob speedo.
Yeah,
and then
yeah. Okay. Trump wins the election. Start getting pelted with like tomatoes.
I love it. Town Cry is a good one.
It is.
The
Oh.
God.
I got another one just in the same
Yeah.
duels.
Yes.
Just because it's similar to guillotines and stuff, like how awesome would it be if you were at work and two guys were squabbling and then they started walking outside and you're like, one of these guys isn't coming back.
Yeah.
It'd be the greatest thing of all time.
Listen,
It is
listen,
crazy to think of that. It's like one of these guys is dying.
Yeah.
The other guy's probably not going to be doing great afterwards.
And there's one guy that's done this 10 times before and is like undefeated.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to go at him.
What was
Fastest
that?
man.
What was the movie? It was supposed to be based on a true story. I think Tom Hardy played two brothers that were crazy. Or maybe it wasn't that. But anyways, the movie, he's supposed to be the biggest badass. He kills a bunch of people. But then he dies like taking a piss like next to like a river and he falls in. And, like he,
Venom?
No, I wish it was Venom though. I've never watched one of the Venom movies.
Me neither.
No,
I don't think anyone has. I don't think anyone's seen Venom.
it's just like fake downloads.
Yeah, that Red Notice movie I just saw was like a $350 million budget, and they made $35 million opening weekend.
Oh,
the one with
God.
the Rock in it.
Yeah.
he just puts out garbage. He doesn't even care anymore.
No, he doesn't care. He's just like all about his tequila and his cheat night
Yeah,
on
that's it.
Instagram.
And like, look how many pancakes I'm eating. It's like, I don't give a
You know
fuck.
when you get Panuzzo to start trolling him on his cheat nights? Be like, dude, fucking either be about it or don't.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, Panuzzo's a beast.
He's a beast.
I love Panuzzo. Is he the only other Italian you guys have had on there?
That's a great question. No,
Al from Durham.
Al from Durham.
We were talking about this, dude. So I grew up in Plymouth County, which is like, I think statistically per capita, like the most Irish county outside of like Ireland. So I grew up like, I never understood why Italians were always portrayed as just complete morons. And then I got into the workforce and I was like, oh, okay, you guys are a bunch of horny fucking retards. Dude. There was these two guys I used to work with that used to like look at actresses on their phone and they'd be looking at it like the fucking Harrison Ford from Raiders of the Lost Ark, like that thing. Like, dude, look how hot she is. And they'd be like having these conversations like, dude, you know, the shit I would do to her. And I just couldn't handle it. And I would finally turn and be like, you know, you'd have to rape her, right? Like for this debate, you would literally have to drug her with like industrial grade anesthesia, drag her body up the steps to your studio apartment, which is located above some fucking Chinese family's garage, and rape her for this to have any potential basis in reality. And they'd just be sitting there and be like, well, I was
then you
speaking
probably-
hypothetically, bro.
Yeah, then
It's like,
you'd have to get fucking hung in the town square the next morning.
yeah,
Be
but
fucking
the
perfect.
town cry with a gay town
Can we talk
cry.
about something real quick? I would be remiss if I did not mention this. Now, as we're talking about things that like the best spot, like now I'm like, as I said, I am the oldest, where I was kind of going with that is here. I was born into an age where like I had no internet, obviously. I didn't have the internet until I went to college. My family did not have the internet. Like you could get it, but they didn't have it. There's no use for it in the Hearn household. I went to college and I was like, we didn't have phones in our rooms. We had one phone on the floor. It was like a prison situation. Like you had to wait to call your fucking girlfriend back home. Get into that Patreon. It was just like, so I wasn't exposed, like overexposed. So like meeting people, hearing about something, it was like, say you read a book about a band or whatever it was, right? Like you got a fucking CD or an album. All you had was the cover. You didn't even know what the band looked like. It was like, here's the cover of the fucking album, and it was like Josh. You gotta make up what you think they look like in your head. You know what I mean? Josh is still living like we were back then.
Yeah.
He's not using the internet. So, anyways, whenever I do come across somebody who has a sparing Instagram account, but I find it to be fascinating, which I did recently, Brian Joe's.
Yeah.
This kid, Sports Lambert.
Sports Lambert's great.
I don't know if he knows how great it is.
No, it's unbelievable. I told him yesterday. I talked to him today about potentially coming on. He said he would. So I told him down the road because you guys are booked up through December, but he will eventually be on this podcast.
Dude.
Oh, you know what he told me? He goes,
Yeah.
"Yeah, dude, I'm thinking about, but I might have a basketball game that night." He's dead. I'm dead serious. This is what he said.
Well, we'll work around his basketball schedule.
Yeah,
Because
well, you have to.
so you grew up with this.
You
grew up
have
with,
to.
yeah, there's no option. You grew up with him, right?
Yeah, he
So his
rules.
Instagram is just pictures of him, videos of him playing hoops, which are unbelievable. He's
Yeah.
such a grinder. He believes in the fucking fundamentals like a real fucking.
He's a coach's wet dream.
He's a coach's wet dream. Yeah, loose balls.
Yeah.
Like there's one post where he's like, I hurt my hand at work in January and I've had to completely redo my game. He's like, but I'm worth it out here. And he's like stealing balls for people and chucking them for kids to get layups. Like he's all about the team.
Yeah.
And there's one with him and like these three kids. He's like, they believed in like my program and we took it to the win. Like
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk theories on hoops with this kid.
Yeah, he rules. Yeah,
My
he's-
dream is to get like a pickup team that involves Panuzzo, Sports Lambert. And we'll find 3 other great basketball players and just watch them fucking dominate.
Dude, if you had five,
Take him a rocket
if
pot.
you had a starting five with his mentality, like you wouldn't lose a game. you really
unbelievable.
wouldn't, dude. And also, like, just shout out to him. He literally is like the most genuine kid you ever meet, like nicest dude of all time.
Yeah, and he's a sick dancer, by the way.
He's a great dancer. Yeah.
Unbelievable
Yeah, he's
dancer.
a beast. Yeah.
Also, I said this to somebody I was talking. I think I was talking about Fitzy. What I loved about it is like going back to the content thing. It's like he knows he's not going to be in the NBA. Like that time is gone, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm going to go out and enjoy this basketball game and give it everything I have.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just gonna play basketball.
That video that he does where he's like, I'm never stopping playing basketball. He goes, never stopping playing basketball. Then there's an amazingly long interlude where you just listen to the song James Laid by James.
he turns
And then
it
he
up.
goes, I want to do a lot of things in my life. He's like, I want to play more golf. I want to make videos. He's like, but at the end of the day, if people are playing hoop, I'm going. Dude, I watched it so many times.
Dude, he created something. It was like an adaptation. It was like something on his wrist for his golf swing. So like when he wants to just swing as hard as he can, so like he created something so that the shaft doesn't fall into your side pocket, like between these two fingers, so he could swing as hard as he can. Like he invented like this contraption that he uses. It's unbelievable. He's good golf. He's a good baseball player too. Yeah, he's a good athlete.
I love this fucking kid. I'm just all about it. Like I like characters, and that kid is like just. I love people who just have passion about something.
Yeah, he's one of the most passionate dudes you ever meet. Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah, love that kid.
So follow Sports Lambert on.
Yeah, at Sports Lambert.
Was he always given that nickname when he was younger?
I don't know how he got the nickname. I didn't hang out with him a ton when we were younger, but like when I got a little bit older, we started hanging out, doing some stuff. But yeah,
because you did some videos and stuff with him, right?
Oh yeah, we got some. I forgot about some. The video I sent you guys the other day about him jumping in the pool.
pool one-
I completely forgot about that.
The pool one was sick. The way I found him was on your YouTube when you guys tried out for that semi-pro team.
Yeah, and I think that was a last minute thing. I think he hit me up like he was like, "What are you doing tonight?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm trying out for a semi-pro football team," and he was like, "Where?" and it just showed up, and then obviously we were just like, "All right, I'm gonna be throwing over here. You show up over here." But all that was like we didn't plan any of that.
Yeah. That video is fucking unbelievable. Is that still on YouTube?
Yeah, it should be.
Is it on your thing?
It's on my Instagram too. It's in 2 parts.
Okay.
And I cut it down, but it was originally like a 30-minute documentary.
Didn't they reach back out like somewhat recently?
They still reach out. They go, "You're like a legend around here." I don't know. I get because I sent them the video. They never really responded, but they'll keep hitting me up about stuff, and like I feel bad. I never respond, but yeah, they know who I am and they're familiar with the video and
It's
stuff.
not like this goes back to what we said. We love you.
Yeah.
We think you're the best. Joe's like, delete.
Well, the
Oh,
funniest
okay.
thing was
He's like,
I
"I
played,
suck."
dude. I played well. I had like a couple dimes, and the guy's like looking back at me like with like a shit-eating grin with the whistle. He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Did you play in high school?" I'm like, "No." I was like, "Dude, I played intramural football. That was it."
I also tried out for I played semi-pro 1 year.
Yeah.
But then I tried out. They had a professional team out of Malden. It never took off ever. But Patrick Bass was the coach. Remember him from the Patriots?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, it was hilarious. This monster just comes up, and I'm like, "You're Patrick Bass." He goes, "Yeah, we gave that away." I was like, "I guess you're right." And I did my 40-yard dash, and I was disgusted. Disgusted.
It's
dude.
embarrassing when you see yourself on camera. My high jump was the dumbest thing. You couldn't have slid a sheet of paper on it. I'm dead serious. I couldn't jump over the Sunday newspaper. I could throw though. That was the only thing I could do. But
All right, Fitzy, what do you got? Oh, let's do a couple ads.
Okay.
Maybe Bellas?
Sure. Bellas, as you know, Brendan already talked about it. Bellas came through for us with the Patreon party. BellasNA.com, best in the game. Harry, Sandra, go visit them. BellasNA.com, 1211 Osgood Street, North Andover. There was people that had their first beef ever at this party, and I mean, it's just lights out sandwiches, dude. And they killed it. I can't thank them enough.
Harry's the best. Let's do American Benchcraft real quick. AmericanBenchcraft.com. Belts. Leather tool bags. Canvas tool bags. Leather ledgers to write your enemies'
Dickers.
names in. All right?
Wallets.
Wallets to keep your money in. Or your rubbers. By the way, I was at the fucking gas station today. I was like looked over. Now I'm not in the rubber game. I don't traffic in rubbers much these days.
Yeah.
But I looked over at the rubbers and it was like one that was like, it was like Trojan Raw. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound great. Like I don't know what it's about.
they're like Gatorade flavors. It's like Riptide Rush, fucking Magnums. It's like what?
Drug this woman and then go get hung afterwards with
Glacier
Raws.
Freeze.
Glacier
It's like, what the
Ribbed for her pleasure. American Benchcraft. They don't make rubbers. They make great leather items. They are the best in the business. By the way, Al from Durham was like, "How do you guys get sponsors?" I'm like, "You got to meet Malky, I guess." Like, I guess that's. I don't even. I actually said, I'm like, I really don't know. Like, I'm like, Danny knows a shitload of people, and they reach out, I guess. But they're the best. We fucking love them. Chris Angelini, his brother, veteran owned, union.
Union Shop.
Everything, right? They got coasters. They got, like I said, I got like so much shit from them now. Everybody does, dude. They're like 4 wallets at the party. So check them out, and we'll do some more later. Oh, by the way, yeah, shout out to the guys who came from out of town real quick. Brian Bach, who was here last year, who's a great piece of shit, much like myself. I'm not gonna bury the lead. Bobby Froyo has a little comment on his performance of the IA that's hilarious in a voicemail. But Dustin Phantom, we never met the kid. Comes in from California.
He was awesome.
kid
Dude,
ruled.
first of all, doesn't he know what's the deal with his connection with your cousin?
What cousin?
Baseball player.
Oh, he knew Paul. I'm drawing a fucking blank, but that was kind of fucking wild.
This is kind of late in the night.
Yeah.
But, so he came from California. Probably one of the nicest dudes I've ever met in my life. Like, just a genuinely fucking awesome guy and a totally good hang.
And he's like 9 feet tall.
He's like, he's almost as tall as Fitzy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like he's a pitcher in like the fucking major
100%.
leagues.
Yeah.
We need more of these athletic looking dudes. Less dudes like me and Fonz. You know what I mean? I love Fonz. Fonz also, one thing, he had some comments on Doctor Strange's outfit, right? Those are glass houses. Should not be throwing stones around. Fonz put on, it's definitely helped Durham. But, this is the other thing, last thing. Durham gave us the sandwiches, so we're like, we got to bring the CIA because like we're not going to eat them all. Like we didn't have enough people to eat them all. The pigeons of the IA, these people, like, they started just kind of milling around, and then they were like, there's just like people just like fucking free dinner. Let's fucking go.
I told you that was gonna happen. Though. I'm like, they're like seagulls at Revere
Yeah, but
Beach.
That's what we want.
No, I
did,
know.
you know?
I know. But like the point is though, like I just knew
I
it
was
was
telling,
gonna
dude, I
happen.
went up to a couple times, like, take some of these to go. Like, I want these to go bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, Fitzy, you're up.
2 shows that I wish would come back: Mindhunter
Yeah, great show.
and The Newsroom.
Yes.
Dude, The Newsroom is
Newsroom was Aaron Sorkin, right? I
Yes.
believe. Yep.
Jeff
Yep.
Daniels.
Yep.
Yep.
Daniels, yeah. That show, Newsroom, is like, I think they were getting too close to the truth of how the media
Yeah.
is, and they were like, all right, enough of this. Shut this down.
Yep.
Because it was, 2 seasons or 3 seasons, and it was fucking unbelievable. And it was, I feel like it was really how the media is run in this country.
Yep.
And then eventually the machine was like, nope, done.
Yep.
See you later.
It's kind of similar to what happened with House of Cards. Like it just what was happening in reality
Kevin
was
Spacey.
yeah. Well, there was Spacey did some things allegedly, but him jacking off at Saving Private Ryan is the funniest fucking thing of all time.
What is that?
What?
I've never heard this.
Oh my god, dude! The documentary, the Spacey documentary. There's this one guy that's like telling the story, and he's like, "Yeah, we went to Saving Private Ryan when it came out, and like right during the D-Day scene, he just starts jacking off." He starts jacking off, which is right at the start of the movie. Obviously, everyone's familiar with the movie. Yeah, during the invasion of Normandy, he just starts cracking stick. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I'm surprised you guys haven't heard that.
I never heard that.
That's
No.
crazy.
I mean, I'm
yeah.
gonna watch this documentary the minute I leave here.
That's
He
probably
was
the
a creepy fuck.
yeah, that's probably the worst scene,
it is, I
the
guess.
worst opening scene you could jack off to. Outside of like what's Schindler's List, like what could be worse?
That is
than,
fucking fascinating.
It's pretty bad.
yeah.
The Whale.
The Whale is nice.
Yeah.
The Whale. I mean, the Whale's nice. I like the Whale,
Sick opening scene.
dude. When he's eating all the food, it's a little bit like holy shit. Yeah. It's tough. It's like tough to watch.
Folding up whole pizzas.
Yeah, just shoveling down food. I'm like, oh.
All right, Danny, you're up.
This one's little close to home because I'm fantastic at it. Let's bring back cursive.
Cursive's nice.
All right.
Do
yeah.
kids not learn cursive? now?
So here's my point. So
Kids don't learn anything anymore.
my oldest went to go for a permit last Tuesday or Wednesday, and I had to bring it to the RMV. Worst place on earth, by the way, the one in Revere.
It's terrible.
They give you an appointment. It means nothing at all. It's like the doctor's office. And so now, because of COVID, and I don't know how they do it, but you can take your test there or at home, and you can just cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, the lady behind the counter couldn't have been nice. She's like, all right, we need you to sign your name. And my daughter just writes her name in like Times New Roman. And I'm like, what the? I was so secondhand
Font
embarrassed.
12.
I'm like, what the fuck what are you doing? She's like, what? I'm like, they want you to write cursive. She's like, I don't know how to do cursive. I'm like, you're a senior in fucking high school. How do you not do that? Now, mind you, I like when I'm on the phone, like in the kitchen, I'm sitting there like writing the ABCs in cursive. It's just something I've always done. Bring back cursive, dude. It's a lost art.
It's strictly 4 signatures too.
Yeah.
Like you just need to know your signature.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be good. Just
Right.
a rough outline of what it looks like. You know what I mean?
This next one really isn't even like a bring this back, but it's like, let's take this down. It's like, I think, like, as I said, I was born in an age of encyclopedias, right? Which was sick. Your parents are like, my parents got fucking encyclopedias. That's like now being like, my father has a fucking Beamer. Like,
Yeah.
like you're like, if it's not in there, you can't write you can't write a paper about it. It's like,
Yeah.
pull out the fucking encyclopedia. You're like, where'd the L encyclopedia go? Trying to look up lizard here for this fucking paper. But like, the internet has fucking ruined most of like everything. I think it's awesome for certain things. Like nobody would ever hear this. Nobody would hear Joey Boats, whatever. But like in general, it's like I said, I'm like, I fucking doom scroll, and I'm like, dude, I got a TV in front of me that has the best films that I've ever made on it at my fingertips. Yeah, and I'm like sitting there being like, oh, what's this guy gonna do with this pet ape
Yeah,
right now. You know what I mean?
Watch these fat women go to Disney.
Yeah,
and eat
yeah,
food,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
Gotta watch these two like dumb wops from like say boom after eating Costco food.
Double chocolate tongue.
Double chocolate cookie. Boom. It's like, geez.
Do you when you let me ask you a question. When you write your raps, right?
Yeah.
This is totally off subject.
Sure.
Do they go fast?
What do you mean?
Like if you're gonna write one and it's happening, does it happen kind of fast? Or do you get like an idea like do you get an idea of the whole idea and then you build it around that?
Well, I realize that like if I'm not feeling it, stop writing.
There's no point.
There's no
Nothing.
point in doing it. Like forcing yourself, it's good to force yourself to do it every day at a certain time because your brain's like more adept or more wired to do it. Like
The morning's the best.
yeah, like I'm better in the morning than I am at night. Like
Yeah.
I'm just slower at night, so I do all the writing in the morning. But yeah, if I'm not feeling it, stop it.
Yeah.
Go read a book. Go do something else because you're just wasting your fucking time, and
Yeah.
you're just gonna be frustrated when you leave. But
Yeah, and
like,
you're gonna hate yourself more.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like get in, get out when you can. Or like that's why you keep something on your notes app or something. Just keep it open. Just start
Yeah.
hitting stuff. Like once you're in that mindset, it's like not going to the gym for a while. When you go back to the gym, you're gonna suck at it. But if you're constantly going to the gym, you're just better at it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're constantly writing, you're better at it. I know fucking the guy I love, Jerry Seinfeld, he does it differently. He has like one time slot every day where he sits down and writes, but he's more of like a robot. You know, I don't know other people that operate in that capacity.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't usually like go back and tweak that much.
Yeah.
Like either I have it or it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like that thing was 15 minutes. Like that was 15 minutes.
Yeah,
But
I
I've gone months without being able to write anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And being like, oh, this all stinks.
Rewriting is the worst thing of all time.
Sucks.
Because once you get it done, you're like, I'm done with it. Fucking done.
Yeah, I don't want to be. I don't even look at it again.
Yeah, I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
You know what was good though is when I had the guy produce the album, like he would be like, all right, that line's kind of weak.
Yeah.
Like he was a really good songwriter too, and I'm like, all right, now I would fix it.
Yeah.
That's good. You know what I mean? If you got somebody else to guide you, because I can't guide myself. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
you need somebody
Plus,
to
I'm like,
put
this is
structure.
done. I don't want to fucking look at it again. I want it to be over.
Yeah.
You
I already
know?
spent time on this. I don't need to go back to this.
Yeah,
It's
I need to
perfect.
fucking do the
It's
same.
fucking perfect.
Yeah. Also, I had on my list actual adult films with storylines.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, get invested in the characters. Like,
The internet ruined that.
the internet
Yeah,
ruined that.
I need a narrative arc.
You know what I mean? Like a narrative arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
need-
It was like, I was raised at the golden age of pornography. It was like you only saw 3 of them through your high school career because that's the ones that your buddy's father had. But they had like a whole story to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Did you ever
like-
go over like a buddy's house when you were younger and they had like porn just like laying out? Like there was always a friend in the group that like whose dad would just have porn around. And it was always fucking weird. It was the same kid that was allowed to have like tits on his walls and stuff. And that kid always ended up being a bad kid. Had like a shitload of flat rimmed hats and then just ended up like phasing out. You know what I mean? They would do those things too when I was in college and stuff. They would have the flat rimmed hats on the wall. They'd put like tacks on the wall and just hang all their flat rimmed hats. And that was like a telltale indication that that kid was eventually going to get into like fentanyl. That's how I saw it. Which is, you know, hopefully anybody's, gets better. I'm not ripping on anybody who's doing fentanyl. Sorry, but that was
I'm all about it.
That was the indication.
All right, you're up, Joey.
I'm gonna go with. So I used to. My favorite video game of all time was 2K. Like
Yeah.
and specifically the My Player mode on 2K, which was basically you'd create a guy, and I had like JJ McKnight. I created all my guys, and you just play basketball as that guy. It was the most addicting thing ever. But they changed My Player. They did it the same thing with Madden. They did it. So now it's like a cinematic movie. Like you want porn with narrative arcs.
Yep.
I want My Player mode without a narrative arc. So now you get My Player, right? You're in the 2K game and you meet some dude who's like racially ambiguous, who's like your friend. He's like, yo, man, like you need to go do your taxes. And it's like, dude, I just want to play fucking basketball. Like I logged 7 hours on 2K 21 and I hadn't got to the NBA yet. I was like, dude,
I agree. I
was
hate
like
that.
sitting through like divorce proceedings and stuff. I'm like, this is stupid, dude. I just want to play basketball.
Dude, that's the whole thing with the new college. And some people love it. I get it. But the new college football game, I downloaded it
Yeah.
because Tommy wanted it. He was like, he basically wanted to fuck me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you the whole player portal and all. You got, somebody's like, I lost this recruit at the last minute. I'm like, dude, like, what time do you have on your hands to play the games and then also fucking recruit?
I'm doing errands. He's like, yo, Lil Flip wants you to be on his new album. I'm like, I haven't got drafted yet, dude. I'm trying to hit the fucking gym. Like, this is crazy. It was nuts.
Sports Land doesn't have time for that shit either. He
Yeah.
doesn't have time for the game. Real quick, Teddy was here, by the way. Paul Gentile showed up.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be flying to Switzerland for work. Nope. He was there. 617-996-6827. Teddy can do it all. Get in bed with Ted. They can build out anything you need. He's the man. Ben Franklin Print Company, who did our the koozies, they came out great. They're right there. Joe, flip that up and show the camera.
Koozies?
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Came out awesome. By the way, to the people who are in the Patreon, I got some of you guys. If you came and you didn't grab one, you didn't grab the Durham thing, send me a message. I'm going to go to the post office tomorrow or Wednesday. Probably Wednesday. And just mail them all out. So I got koozies if you couldn't make it. I got all that shit. So if you're a Patreon guy, you want that stuff, you're all good. And we are doing hoodies for St. Patty's Day. I talked to Joe. Dude, it was so funny. I was talking to him and I was like, I want like a lighter green so it kind of pops. And
Yeah.
he's like, starts showing me swatches of green. And I'm like, dude, I should have told you I'm completely colorblind. I don't this is useless fucking for me. Is that gray? I got no idea. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm like, just fucking pick out a color.
Well, you actually colorblind?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Like I can see, I know you're in red and blue.
Yeah.
But like when you get into like certain shades of green and like blue.
So you're like a dog.
Yeah, I'm like a dog.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Same intelligence level too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
That's how you can tell people you're not racist.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally colorblind.
Yeah.
I can't say.
I literally can't see. I can't tell. All right, you want to do some voicemails?
Yeah. Let's do
We got
it.
a few good ones.
We got Misguided left too.
Yeah, you're gonna do that next.
Sure.
Yo, it's your man Adam Jump Town. We got Mr. Boats on today. Boats, you missed me. I grabbed that mic over there as soon as the karaoke went down, and I fucking rocked the roof off. Because why? Because the motherfucking back boom, yeah. Anyways, guys, just blown away by just how down to earth and cool everybody is. Part of the Patreon people. Really good time. Glad I was able to make it up there. Doobie! Come on, man. We don't know, Doobie. Where were you, kid? Anyway, anywho, that's neither here nor there. Listen, Doctor Strange. Everybody, it's just a great time. Just having a good time. It's man Adam Jump Down, guys. Sorry about the Irish goodbye. I know I left without saying bye, but you gotta leave on the high note. You gotta be responsible. Couple of those gummy mushrooms, and off we went. Anyway, anywho, till next time. The quality high. Yeah!
Yeah, he killed it. He did George Thorogood. Bad to the bone. It was fucking awesome.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's me, Orlando. How you doing, boys? Orlando, come to move and shake. You want to dance on the podcast? You say yes, okay? Orlando, appreciate the shout out at the Patreon party. It was a fun time. Orlando dance, Orlando sing. Who knows? Orlando have question. Orlando wonder. You get $100 million, but for 5 years, every day, you get dropped into the ocean for 30 seconds, anywhere in the ocean in the whole world. You have to sit in there for 30 seconds. You tell Orlando, you do it, $100 million? Okay, I love you. Bye-bye, CT.
Yeah, I do that. That's easy.
1,000%.
What is it? You get dunked in the ocean every day?
Yeah.
For 30
What,
seconds
$1
for 5
million
years.
dollars?
For 100 million.
Dude, I'm getting too honest, dude. Like somebody, we were talking hypotheticals the other day, and somebody was like, "Would you suck a dick for $1 million?" It's like saying you'd suck a dick for $1 million, and I was like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't suck a dick.
suck a
You
guy's
wouldn't suck a dick for $1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah.
I
Dude,
don't
like
think
what
I
are the
Million's
dude,
a lot of money.
Dude, $1 million, dude, what are the consequences for sucking a guy's dick for $1 million?
Nothing.
What, people are gonna think I'm gay? Oh no, my friend's gonna call me gay? Oh no. Oh no, dude, like give me a break.
Dude, I would, like, it's not,
Dude,
like on,
that's
my,
like-
it's not on my bucket list, but I'm saying, like, dude, if you put $1 million cash in front of you, like, you know what I mean?
Dude, $1 million. Let's do a hypothetical.
It's not a ton
Say,
of money.
say I just
For the act.
10 grand is a lot of money.
say I just sucked a guy's dick for $1 million, right? And you guys walk up to me on the street, right? You walk up to me on the
Yeah.
street.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Joe?
Oh, I've been busy.
How was the dick?
It was good. Yeah, it sucked or whatever. Hey, I'm gonna go grab burritos or whatever. That's my fucking Mercedes over there. You guys want to ride or anything? Oh, you guys can't. Oh, you guys are doing the podcast. Oh, you guys still doing ad reads for fucking wallets? Well, I sucked the guy's dick. I sucked the guy's dick, and now I'm, my credit score jumped up about a bazillion points. So I'd probably do it for. How much is an Xbox going for?
Vince, you know what the thing is? This is I basically I don't think it's. I think it's the headphone jack in the machine. Not even the head, because I switched them purposely so that I had the one I thought was off. So you can hear now.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
What a freaking party, boys. I got 3 takeaways from the night. First, never have I seen someone pass out at a bar over 5 different times and come to. Thank you, Brian Bach. Secondly, Spawns loves Italian sandwiches, like maybe 10 times over. He may or may not have taken the tray home. Lastly, my guy Dr. Strange got a freaking killer voice at karaoke. Unbelievably talented. Can't wait to see you on The Voice, the Autism Edition. Let's go. Till next time, boys.
By the way, it was great. I was saying this to Fitzy earlier. Josh was like, "Dude, Bobby Froyo is like the best guy in the world." I'm like, "Yeah, I told you." He's like, I was hanging with him all night. He's fucking awesome. I'm like, "Yeah, he's great." I wonder if Josh thought he was like a purple people monster or something like that. Like, what was his imagination run wild with Bobby Froyo?
Boys, Al from Revere, back at it again. I heard you guys are doing stuff that needs to be brought back. Things that need to be brought back. It could be anything. I think the number one thing this world needs more of is bullying. You need to bring back bullying. These people that go through life unchecked, like the fucking LeBrons of the world, they have all yes men sitting around them. They just go and do stupid shit, and no one's there. Not one person's there in their life to say, listen, stop being a fucking jackass. Bullying. It needs to be brought back. Now, I'm not saying we should let fucking 12-year-old girls commit suicide. I'm not saying that. But Danny, should we be bullying Danny with how bad of his performance was at karaoke tonight? Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Bring bullying back.
That's a great one.
That was great.
That's 100% accurate.
Misguided Spirits. By the way, they brought us a bunch of whiskey.
Yep.
It's a little shots of that. Misguidedspirits.com.
Big
Check
Bad
out the
James.
internet. Big Bad James. Yeah, I got you. Hold on. Big Bad James. You can order this stuff online. You can get it at various places around. We'll post another thing, but you can get it everywhere. By the way, I'm totally out on Facebook. I haven't been posting shit there for the page anymore because I'm like, fuck this fucking platform.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people we put a reel up there and like nobody, it's like 7 people watch it. Like,
Yeah.
you go to Instagram and like 100,000 people watch
Yeah,
it.
it's the algorithm. It
Yeah.
it happened. I noticed it.
Facebook
dropped
stinks.
off. Dropped off a cliff.
Yeah, it sucks. So most of our shit's gonna be on Instagram pretty much. TikTok's whatever.
Follow Big Bad James, Popa Potty.
Yeah, Popa Potty.
And Drink Misguided.
Yep, they're the best. All right, Fitz, you got want to do one more? Then we'll do Patreon.
Yeah, so here's one that I always am pumped when it's coming back and then am immediately let down when I get it. The fucking McRib.
Yeah.
Every time they're like, the McRib's coming back, it's coming back. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm getting a McRib. And then I go and get it, and I'm like, this sucks. This is so bad.
Never good.
They
It's
do bring
never
it back,
good.
though.
They bring it back
once a year.
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed a McRib though.
Yeah.
I was never a fan. They used to actually have them at our cafeteria in high
you
school. They're
see-
pretty good actually.
Yeah, so there was a yuck truck that I used to eat off of that had a rib patty.
Yeah.
And it was bomb. And you put extra barbecue sauce on
Yeah.
it. It was fucking awesome. I see the video of the McRib and I'm like, that looks delicious. I
Yeah.
can't wait to have one of those. And then I go and I'm like,
So disappointed.
what the fuck?
Dude, taking the top bun off is like peeling off gauze off like a.
Yes.
It's the same. It's the same feeling. Like,
I agree.
oh god, okay, put it back. All right, and then you eat it. It's disgusting.
All right, Danny, you're up.
How about Blockbuster?
I'm up. I fucking love this poll.
Blockbuster on a Friday night.
Oh,
Couple
It
bunch
was
of
sick.
crunch.
It was sick.
dude, that was your whole family's life. Was like,
best.
we're going to rent a movie.
And then you're like, all right, this movie came out today. You go there and it's just a fucking,
gone.
just a fucking
Yeah,
placard.
yeah.
Always
it's like,
gone.
fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Now you're watching Leprechaun again.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Yeah.
But
Oh, just like Tommy
Blockbuster on a
Boy.
Friday night was the
Dr.
best.
Giggles for the 17th time.
Yeah.
Remember those popcorn buckets they had there?
Yeah.
Always burnt the bottom of the fucking popcorn.
Oh,
buckets.
yeah, yeah.
They just, I don't know who manufactures.
Dude, that
those,
was just
but-
like you could get your candy there. You get everything there. And it's like you're going home and you get 2 movies maybe for the weekend.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, let's fucking go. You know, it's
And you know
Blockbuster.
what was great about that? I talk about it a lot, but just the lack of options. You're just happier.
Yes.
Like we have so many fucking titles on our fingertips, and how often do you just spend just scrolling through titles?
No, I know.
But if you have one movie, it's like, well, this is what I'm watching, I guess, and you just enjoy it.
By the way, that's
It's
why
fun.
like I love one thing like my kids definitely have like a very similar sense of humor to me, and like I love kind of weird, stupid movies. Like I fucking love Hubie Halloween, and my kids love it. We
People
just
like
rewatch it, right?
It's hilarious.
Like we're gonna name on once this dog that I have dies, which hopefully could be the next week. No, I'm just kidding. This is a fucking pain in the ass. By the way, if you're one of those people who's just like the dogs are the best, like Al, by the way, I heard on his podcast him saying that like he remortgaged his house to like know that you can have the same dog that you love forever. I'm like, dude, that's wild
crazy, dude.
Dogs are fine. They are what they are. But what's his name? Ray Liotta's name is Landolpha in the movie. And Tess is like, when we get another dog, we're naming it Landolpha. And I'm like, I fucking love that. I'm like, let's fucking, but I like watching the same movie once in a while. You know what I mean?
Dude, back to the dogs thing. I don't think it was always like that. I remember in the 90s, dogs weren't considered like they're part of the family. Like they were never like, dude, I remember you just kick the dog, like, get the hell out. Yeah. And you kick the dog out of the thing and go outside, like, shut up. Whatever. Now they're like in the family like portraits and stuff. It's like, what?
Yeah. I think you gotta also, I wouldn't mind bringing back like your own, like you taking out your own dog when it's on its last legs or pet.
Yeah.
I feel like that should be a responsibility.
Dude, you see the doctor. I know somebody personally that had to bring their doctor over to the vet, dude. It was like $8,000 to look at it. It's like, what?
Yeah. No, I'm not
Do you
doing
have
that,
dog insurance?
I don't, and I'm not.
Yeah,
like
so you're
last year,
fucked.
like, dude, this fucking dog. All of a sudden, it was like shaking. It's a Boston Terrier. And Maggie's like, "There's something really wrong with it." I'm like, "This dog is dying." All I'm thinking about is the bill. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. You can't be. I'm not being fake. I do like dogs. I'm not like I'm not the biggest dog guy, but like, I was like, this is gonna cost like fucking $9,000, or something. And then they were like, "Oh, he just sprained his back hip, and we're gonna." It was like $250. I'm like, what a pussy this dog is. You know what I mean? I'm like, not only is he a fucking pain in the ass, but he's a pussy to boot. You know what I mean? That's the type of dog I have. You know. By the way, people who love dogs hear that thing, and it definitely makes them think they can't really like me.
Well, you guys aren't on the dating apps, but like women have just replaced having a personality. They've replaced having a personality with having a dog. Like they think that's like that's always an entry. It's like, what makes me special? It's like, you have to like my dog. It's like, that's not a personality trait. Like you just acquired an animal.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to take out your own dogs. You know what I mean? It's like,
I met a guy that did that
House of
once.
Cards style.
Yeah.
I met a guy when I had my camper up in New Hampshire, and he told me that he had to do that, and I was like heartbroken. I met this guy 15 minutes before this
what do you
conversation.
think they do if you're in the middle of fucking New Hampshire or Vermont? That's where you live. And your dog's fucking going
There's
down.
no doctors in that state anyway.
Yeah, how much
There's
is
no
a
money
bullet?
to fucking. You know what I mean? Like,
How would you do it?
Right behind the shed.
Probably fire, right?
Yeah. Full.
yeah, I'd probably douse it in gasoline.
You'd have to do it mafia style behind the head. Like,
Just like lock the fence.
Yeah, I
and
know,
then-
just-
and then light them on fire.
If I was gonna do it to my
You're
dog,
a morbid fuck.
guillotines. Just,
Josh's
you know what I do?
fucking story.
I'd hold him in the tub under the water until he just stops.
Quick and
yeah,
easy.
like I just feel that life come out.
he
of
just
him a little
keeps coming back up. It's like,
Watch
no,
his
no.
eyes.
This is not gonna be a popular take.
We should talk more about killing dogs.
Yeah. I mean, if people are getting tarred and feathered and hung in town square,
Next
I
week
mean,
we're doing top 5 ways to kill
Dude,
a
that was
dog.
I had another one on here, and like because we're gonna run through them now and then get to Patreon. But like, which was child labor, because like, I honestly feel like there's so many shitty kids. To echo Al's point, they have no consequences. But if like you were like, dude, just like the town square, if instead of like, you can't even get detention anymore.
Yeah.
So if instead of that it was like, hey, you're gonna go to work in this battery factory for a month, like, and fucking like work on this assembly line. Kids would be fucking shutting the fuck up,
Dude,
and
I
fucking do what they're
when
supposed to do.
when I leave work, there's a skate park near where I work, and the kids like congregate outside of like in the street, and they don't move. They're all on bikes and they don't move. And all it takes is one guy having a bad day to drive through it, and I'm waiting for that to happen so they get the fuck out of the way.
Imagine if it was a guy in a Paddington outfit.
Yeah, because dude, if I just drove through a bunch of kids, like whatever, dude, it's crazy. But they just look at you on their bikes, and it's like, dude, get the fuck out of the way. But they,
But they don't.
they
But
don't.
they don't. No, they don't. They don't. All right, you got a couple more? You want to rattle them all off?
I could rattle off a couple more. Replacement refs. Everybody hated that era, but that was such a fun season where you just didn't know what the hell was going on. Leopard skin. I don't know. Maybe that's the Italian in me, but there's something about leopard skin outfits I fucking like. Track jackets. Maybe that's the Italian in me. Family, like people randomly stopping by your house. That doesn't happen anymore. Like family members used to just be like, I was in the neighborhood or whatever. Maybe that's the Italian. Hating cops, but like the way we used to hate cops, where like everybody was like, that guy's a fucking piece of shit. Like, yo, that guy got stuffed in a locker. Now it's like, and then George Floyd died, and then half the country were like, they have tough jobs. Like,
Back the blue.
That's literally what happened. Like everybody hated cops like 5 years ago. Then all of a sudden, the guy that was like giving people shit for giving him a speeding ticket now has a blue flag on the back of his like,
Pickup.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's the Italian in me. I was gonna say slavery, but you had that on yours. Oh, steroids in baseball.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
Those last two were
always
jokes,
the
by
best.
the way. All right.
They know.
Steroids in baseball was fucking. I mean,
It was the
I was
best.
at the home run derby in '99.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I went to the
They
fan
were-
fest. Did you go to the fan fest the day
No,
before?
my dad just took me there on a whim because he knew I was a Griffey guy, and
Yeah.
then he ended up winning it. It was fucking sick.
Nomar was in that too.
Yeah.
Dude, the last
Mark McGuire's hitting balls that are still in the air.
last thing before we get to Patreon was that last like the what's it called? The trash pickup was a day off, right? Because you know how it is, like fucking it was a holiday, Veterans Day, right? So it was like Friday. By the time Friday comes to this house, like a fucking like they're like wobbling. They're so full. So my neighbor's driveway goes down a little bit, and I had to get around Maggie's car. My neighbor is off the boat from Italy. He's a great guy, by the way. He's one of the nicest guys you'll meet in your life.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Italians, their properties, and the Italians, we're talking about different shit, right?
Yeah.
The way they think about them. Irish people are just trash people. We're like, piss on my lawn, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, take a shit behind my shed, you know? Like, we're like disgusting people, you know what I mean? The Italians are like, but like, so the fucking trash barrel goes over, and like a thing of Ken's dressing just goes all over his fucking,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is gonna stain, you know? So I had to wait because he has a motion light. So I had to like fucking, dude, because I was like, fuck, I gotta get this up because like I'll be repaving this guy's driveway or I gotta move. Like those were my only two options in my head. So I fucking, dude, I basically like waited till they went to bed, and then like I set the motion light off, but then like was kind of hid behind his car, and I had a bucket of water, and then waited for the motion light to go out, and then like dumped the water real quick, and then like scrubbed with like a scrub daddy. I was like, this better fucking come up, you know what I mean? Because Maggie's like, well, I don't know, maybe it could just have been his mower. I'm like, he's got a fucking electric mower. He's gonna know it was me. It's fucking Ken's Italian dressing. I also thought you should rate Italians on the North Shore based on like, somebody gave me this idea because I did a video for Craft Beer Mafia on it, but like, does the guy have two lions? Like, what level of fucking,
Yeah.
does he have a gazing ball? What level of Italian are we dealing with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can get too Italian. I know some guys that like they look like a catcher's mitt and they're like hunched over and they're still living in like 1976. Like you can become too Italian.
How do you feel about cologne?
Yeah, that's another too Italian thing. Like you can just wear too much where you like just douse yourself and you smell like a fucking.
I don't think you can not be a cologne guy, then be a cologne guy. You know what I mean? It's
You
like
can't
kind of
jump
like
in,
you
yeah.
can't jump in and be like, if I start wearing cologne, people are gonna be like, dude, what is going on?
What's up with you?
Like, yeah, like, are you coming out? You got something to tell us?
Yeah.
I feel like the only time you should be able to smell somebody else's cologne is if you're like spooning with them. Like, so if I can smell like somebody else's cologne,
Well,
it's too
blowing 'em.
much. Yeah, like you need to be like laying with
money.
them,
$1 million
like-
bucks.
Like, so only a girl should be able, if you're straight at least, only a girl should ever be able to smell your cologne. If I could smell you, if you smell like Macy's, it's no good. You know what I mean?
Dude, this guy walked by me walking the lake the other day. Italian horn, everything, right?
rock.
You could smell him coming, like the fucking. It was blowing like 30 knots off Quantapalo. You could fucking, you could smell this guy's fucking scent like coming at you. Dude, there was my buddy had a brother who like just wore intense. He was a big dude, intense amounts of cologne. And I'm like, dude, that's just too much fucking salad dressing.
And it kind of comes off like you probably smell like shit without the cologne. Like when someone's wearing a ton of cologne, I'm like, oh, you must be a naturally smelling fucking person, like a smelly person, just naturally.
You must reek.
Yeah, you must reek if you put that
Reminds me
much
something
on
for the
you.
Patreon. All right, cool. So that was great. That was a
Yeah.
blast. So here's what I'm thinking, by the way. We'll talk about it later. But once you get this album done, we gotta do like maybe we'll do a live podcast somewhere and then joking up and do like we can do what the Dots haven't. You could just fucking load up like 4 tunes and do 4 tunes.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Would you
yeah,
do that?
okay, yeah.
I think that would be sick.
Yeah, I'll do it.
We're gonna go there in January, but maybe it's not them. But whenever we do it, like that's our new spot. Like that we're gonna do shit at. And Jinty can hook up all the music and everything.
Yeah, that'll be good.
and do it behind, and then maybe Jinty plays afterwards or something. You know. By the way, public apology.
We can get Jumptown on it.
Yeah, we can jump down. Public apology, Jinty. I basically, not that he listens to the podcast, but basically last week I'm like, the kid never gets back to me. He's like fucking so aloof, whatever. He probably hates my guts. Then he like gets back to me. He's like, oh, sorry, I was waiting. They have a guy flying from Ireland, so I'm not playing Friday night. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, thanks for letting me know. I'm like, I just fucking tore the kid through the, I'm like, get back to me. You know you're playing.
No, it wasn't bad.
No, I know. I'm just busting balls. I suck. Everybody hates me. All right. Listen, we'll be back. Joey, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
What appearance is this for you?
It's three.
Three?
I think it's three.
Is it three?
I want to say 4.
Maybe. I don't know. 3, 4, maybe.
We did one that was the one that we did that was really good was the
Breakfast one.
Sewer Juice.
No, Sewer Juice was good. I think, but what was the one we did? It was like Low Key Thrills. That one was a banger.
Yeah. That was great. All right. And you'll get to follow Sports Mammoth. Follow Joey Boats on Instagram. And we'll see you next time. Peace.